Chuck Close. So I'm a painter, printmaker, and I was an only child. Well, what I did to get people to stay around me was entertain the troops. So I did magic shows, and with the magic act, I broke the cardinal rule of magicianship, and as soon as I did a trick, I would show everybody how I did the trick, which is supposed to destroy the illusion and ruin it. I didn't think that happened. I thought it just gave them another layer of meaning. And that's become more or less the modus operandi of all of my art. I'll make something and I'll show you how I made it. I grew up in the Pacific Northwest. I was plagued with neuromuscular problems. I couldn't run. I couldn't throw a ball, catch a ball. I was very severely learning disabled, and I didn't know anyone in my classes because I'm face blind. I think it put me in good stead for when I became a quadriplegic. I was so used to having problems and coping with them and overcoming them. So quadriplegia was just one more hurdle. So I sort of waltzed through high school with the dumb kids. When I graduated, I didn't know what I was going to do, and I had met this woman in my church whose husband ran the art department in the local junior college. And she said, you can get in there, it's open enrollment. And then once you're there, you can prove yourself. So I got to Everett Junior College, and I did exceedingly well. And then when I got to the University of Washington, I was the compromised candidate for the Yale Summer School of Music and Art, and is essentially out-of-town tryouts for Yale. So I think I'm painting heads. I don't think I'm painting portraits. A portrait is about the person. I'm not that interested in telling a story about the person. This is what interests me. I draw me because I'm around. I paint me because I'm around. And every time fashions change or my hair disappears or my beard turns white, I have a new subject. And I don't do commissions, and I only paint friends and family and fellow artists. So they're all images that matter to me. And some images are more compelling than others. I recycle almost everything I use. It's almost like a high school lab science experiment in which you need something constant. And if that's constant, then you can see the impact of the choices that you've made. So when I pump that image through a new medium, whether it's fingerprints or pulp paper or diagonal lines or whatever it is, I can see just how important those decisions were. This is a tapestry. It's woven in Bruges, Belgium. Tapestries used to take years. They were really incredibly sought after, and they were trying to figure out how to speed the process up. So they came up with a system in which pieces of cardboard had holes punched in them. And those went into the loom, and there were rods that were attached to lifters that lifted the threads up. And if the rod hit the cardboard, those threads stayed down. The ones that went through the holes were lifted. And this was called a Jacquard tapestry. I'm just glad that I made a tapestry while he was still alive. It's one of my absolute favorites. So I'm doing 10 mosaics for the new Second Avenue subway line. And each one is going to be different, and it's going to reflect the ridership in the subway, so that the people that you got off the subway with is reflected in the portraits upstairs. They all are artists, but people won't know that. Yeah. You can see how red, blue, and yellow stack up on top of each other and make these complicated colors, or especially the browns and the grays. You see little flashes of the color coming through, which is what I'm doing now with these oil paintings, where you can see the strokes laying on top of each other. What happens when blue goes over, and you have little chunks of pink sticking out. There you have blue and green sticking out. But everything is made with just 3 colors, which is a hoot. Years ago, I made full color paintings, continuous tone, and they were just magenta, cyan, and yellow. I can show you in a book. And here's a painting in progress. You see the eyes are red, add the blue, becomes purple, add the yellow. So that's documenting the making of a painting from start to finish. If you wait around to be inspired, you might never make anything. And sitting around waiting to be inspired means that you're trying to dream up a great art idea. They don't happen that way. Everything comes out of work itself. You make something and pretty soon it evolves into something else. Or it kicks open a door and you go through that, you don't like it, you back up, try another way. Well, painting is the most magical of all mediums. It transcends its physical reality, it makes space where there is none, and it's colored dirt rubbed on a piece of cloth wrapped around some wooden stretchers. If you're an artist, and when I say inspiration is for amateurs, the rest of us just show up and get to work, because everything grows out of work, even magic.